All right, let's talk about how to set up courses and products inside of GoHighLevel and how to set up the price or payment for those products. Let's jump in. Once you're in your GoHighLevel dashboard, you're going to go to your memberships tab and we'll click in there and we go to the courses drop down right here and we select products. This is where you can see your product library and every product you've created. We're going to go ahead and click create new. If you're coming from Kajabi, you can actually use the import from Kajabi tool to just import it directly over. But if you're starting from scratch, we're going to go ahead and select start from scratch. Course title, super self-explanatory. We'll put it in right here, test course. Now what's really cool is you can actually see the sample image over here, a mock-up update in real time. So you can see now this says test course. For a course description, I used to just always leave this blank, but now it shows like under the course right here. So typically I'll just do something like welcome to course name or access everything here, just in case it does show up there. We want to have our bases covered. Now we're going to go ahead and click the upload thumbnail button. It shows you the aspect ratio right here that they suggest. You don't have to have that exact aspect ratio. As we'll see in my sample here, it's going to be a little bit cut off, but I recommend just going into Canva or whatever image tool you use, plugging in this aspect ratio, designing your thumbnail, and then uploading it, because this is going to be the perfect size. So I'm just going to go ahead and click to upload and grab this sample image. You can see it's a little bit cut off because it was not the right aspect ratio. Now we'll go to setup pricing. Here we can choose our pricing level or plan, so free, recurring, or one time. One time obviously being people are going to buy it one time. Recurring, it's going to be some type of subscription, so we can choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. And we could even set up a free trial. So let's say we wanted to have a monthly $19.99 product with a 14-day free trial. We can go ahead and now click create course, and we've created this test course that has a $19.99 per month price after a 14-day free trial. We get some nice little fireworks here on the screen to celebrate our 5 seconds of hard work, and now we're brought to the actual course itself. So if I was to go back to my dashboard and now go into products, we can see our test course is right here. So I can now click into it. But again, you can see the aspect ratio here was not right. It looks really crappy. Just use the recommended aspect ratio. Once we come in here, first thing I like to do is go to details. And here is where we can edit our description and course name. This is also where we can change our thumbnail, and then we can go to our instructor details. So I always put just the instructor name, or if it's something where you have like a team, I'll just put whatever team name. I always just do the name and I do the headshot. So we'll upload this guy right here, and you can put a bio if you would like. Personally, I typically don't, but it's there. As far as customization, you can add in a logo and a favicon. I recommend doing this. Again, aspect ratios can be shown right here. Go ahead and upload those. The logo is going to show on the top left corner of the actual course platform when people are in it, or the portal. The favicon is going to show up on the tab. Now, if you are linking your courses directly to your community and the people are not going to get the course portal login, they're just going to get a community login and access everything through there. This is less important because this stuff's going to actually be done through your community, but I still recommend doing it anyways. So once you've made all of your customizations, go ahead and click save. And now you can come in here to the course outline itself. But before we get into the course outline here, this is typically what I do last. There's a couple other things I suggest you do first. First of all, if you want to add any additional pricing, you can do that right here inside of the offers tab. And you can create a new offer under the same exact program if you want to have some different pricing options. Second, you can come in here to credentials. By default, these are active, and what this means is that when someone submits a course, it's going to send them this certificate of achievement, and it always just does it based on the template from GHL. So we can actually see, I clicked on the 3 dots and I clicked preview. This is what it sends them right now. There's no reason for GHL to be doing this, in my opinion. I think it's ridiculous that they have this as the default thing. Can't tell you how many times people say they've set up courses and their students start getting these things that they never intended. Come in here, mark it as inactive. The welcome badge, if we preview this, this is like a badge that it gives the person inside of their profile. You can customize these. You can use these for gamification if you want. This one you can leave on. I personally just turn it off as well by marking it as inactive, but definitely turn off that email. Communities and groups. This is where if you had a community underneath your platform or your sub account, you could actually go ahead and link it up with the course if you wanted to. But personally, I just do that through the community inside of the learning tab. Now, before we get into setting up our outline, we were in customization earlier when it had us upload our logo and favicon. I'm going to come back into customization now, and we can see we have our course theme. We can browse some different themes here. Personally, I like the classic theme right here, so I'm going to apply classic. And now what we want to do is come in and customize. So what we're doing now is actually customizing the internal experience. Now I've already set my template here. As you can see, that's my logo. I've changed the background colors. It's on brand with me. But what you want to do here is come into sections. And the only thing that I really edit is the hero. Under hero, I edit the background because by default, it's like a yellow picture with a pencil, which is okay. It's whatever, but I like to make things custom. So I edit the background. I edit any colors. I edit the button background. And then I'll save my changes. And once that's saved, you can go ahead and click Save Theme. And now what's great is that anytime you create a new course and you select this theme, it will be on brand for you. So if we go back to our products and we go back into our test course, now we can finally get into creating our outline. So this is where you can go ahead and edit the default module that it already gives you. Personally, I like to just come in here and delete this whole thing and start from scratch rather than having to go in and rename all their stuff. So once we start from scratch, we're going to add our first module. So we'll do test 1 and we'll create our module. Here we have our module, and right here we can toggle it into published, drip, or locked. But first we need to add content. You'll see we have a few options. We have sub-module, we have a lesson, we have a quiz, an assignment, and a credential if you want to do another badge or whatever. So most of the time you're just going to be adding lessons. So let's say you had module 1 and you had lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4, lesson 5, right? But you might want to have sort of sub-lessons. You might want to have like sub-lesson 1, and then that has 3 lessons under it, or sub-module really 1, and that has 3 lessons, and then another sub-module. Well, that's where the sub-modules come in right here. So I could do sub 1, and then under sub-module 1, now I have an additional add content button, and I could do lesson 1, and then I could come back here to my main module, add another sub-module, sub 2, and then under sub 2 I can click my content and I can do lesson 1. You get the idea. So you can do this in sub-modules, or you can just do it in straight modular lessons. You can add quizzes, add assessments. You can set things to locked. So in order for somebody to access sub-module 2, they will have had to complete sub-module 1. So you can do that as well, or you can set things in drip mode where they get it after a certain number of days after signing up. So a lot of flexibility here. Now, once you're good to go and you're ready to get this thing launched, the next thing you want to do is go over to whatever funnel you want to add this to. So here in your sites tab, you're going to go into your funnel. So I know this one has a checkout element, so I'll do that. You're going to want to create a page with a checkout element. I'll have a video pop up and link down below on how to create a checkout page in GoHighLevel. And you would go to products, click add product, and here we see the test course. So I could go ahead and select that, and now I would have my course ready to go, both front end and back end. I'd have it connected to a checkout page. The offer's all set up. As long as your Stripe account or your PayPal is linked, you're good to start selling your course. If you have any questions, drop them down below. I've got a bunch of free resources for people just like you in the description below as well. My email's there if you want to reach out. If you found the video to be helpful, go ahead, give it a like. Thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Peace.